What's up, YouTube? We got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the Rev version 1 from One Drop Yoyos. So the Rev, the first revolution of One Drop's newest project. Basically, what One Drop is doing is they're going to be doing separate revisions of this, I believe, as each run goes through. And you sort of get to see what happens between sort of prototyping, not necessarily prototyping because this is a finished product, but sort of how the evolution of a yo-yo comes along, which is a very cool idea and a very cool project, but this is also a very cool yo-yo. So let's go ahead and get through the specs. 65.8 grams with a 44.6 millimeter width. The diameter is 56.4 millimeters, all pretty standard size, shape, etc. Stock slim flow groove response, so it's the slim ones, kind of like, and we're going to be talking about the top deck a lot, kind of like the top deck, with a 4.6 millimeter gap width. Bearing size is the One Drop flat 10 ball, which is great, 70-75 aluminum, with a Pyramat finish. Pyramat is sort of more of, they say it's like little pyramids, but it's a stone wash, sort of. Like if you have a stone wash knife, it's kind of a stone wash. That's sort of how it feels to me. So let's talk about the Rev. So the Rev is banging. Lots of power, lots of stability. It's pretty much, it actually kind of, despite being average in size, plays a little heavy on the string, and I think that's because of how much power it has. There's a lot of rim weight, and it is 70-75 aluminum, so you do get that just big, powerful yo-yo. But it moves. It doesn't move like it's a heavy yo-yo. It moves quick. If you push it, it will go. Very solid as far as just shape, etc. Here, let's put it up next to possibly One Drop's other greatest creations of 70-75 aluminum. This is the top deck. As you can see, they share a very similar profile. The top deck is a little more rounded and has a little bit of a bigger lip there, but they share a very similar profile and a similar step up there. They differ a good bit as far as the cups are concerned. As you can see, the top deck has more of a like mid-weight here, which is pretty standard for a lot of One Drops, particularly the ones that were being designed around the time that One Drop did the top deck. But on the Rev, it is just kind of a big chunky ring around here, almost as though honestly, this almost feels like a bimetal, sort of. It's not, clearly, it doesn't exactly feel that way, but as far as like weight in the rims is concerned, that's kind of how I feel it plays. It's a very cool contrast to the top deck, but somebody had said right around when the top deck came out is that it's unfair how good the top deck is. It's unfair how good this yo-yo is, and this is 2019. One Drop has put out some stellar stuff this year. I think this might be my favorite so far, though. It's phenomenal, and look at that splash. This splash is good. One Drop splashes are like some of the best in the game, period. Their anodizations are just beautiful. I've got some gorgeous ones. Really nice. So here it also is next to the G2 campaign. As you can see, it's bigger than the campaign in diameter and in width. So as far as size is concerned, it looks like bell shapes tend to be the holiday yo-yo shape, which is great. I love bell shape. Bell shaped yo-yos are like best of both worlds, man. It's better than organic because you get some power and H feel, and it's better than H because you get some of that organic, soft, fun chillness. It's perfection. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw this bad boy around a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. One Drop Rev. Alright, so upon first throw, you will notice this has some solid rim weight, and that's what you feel. That solid rim chunk. Doesn't play heavy once it's moving, but that first like chunk, you could kind of feel all that rim weight. I kind of sort of wish the gap was a touch tighter. The latest couple of One Drops had a little bit of a tighter gap. This one's kind of wide, which is good, I guess, for like wraps and stuff. different strokes, right? It all can't be the same. But this has a huge gap for lots of wraps and things. But it's not tough to bind either. I feel like that's really, the flat bearing really works really well in this, and One Drop sort of designs yo-yos around that bearing. The regens are good. All that rim weight and stuff really gives you a lot of stability, so regens are really stable and easy to control. Pyramid is okay for grinds. Like I said, it's sort of a stone wash, so it feels smooth. It's not sticky, and it's getting cold, so not the thing I'd want to grind with necessarily in the dead of summer, but for some wintertime grinds, it feels glorious. It's really nice feeling. Stone wash and Pyramid, it's just a nice smooth feeling. It makes the splash really look exceptional as well. I think it's really more of a way to accentuate the splash but you still allow for decent grind. Thumb grind's not so doable. Nothing really to catch your finger in there. As you can see, it sort of swoops out. So it doesn't really catch. I can't really thumb grind on it. But finger spins, actually, surprisingly enough, for a One Drop Yo-Yo. Pretty good. The gap, like I said, is a little wide. So as far as getting the bind, it's kind of tough. But probably one of the better finger spinning One Drops, in my opinion. Can handle some speed, some techie stuff. Really just a very good, kind of everyday throw type of yo-yo. And that's really, I really feel like this is sort of a, successor or, brother to the Top Deck. In all honesty, this is if you loved the Top Deck, which everybody loves the Top Deck, you'll like this one a lot as well. Anyway, let's take it apart. I'll show you guys the insides, and we'll do pros and cons. The Rev by One Drop. Version 1. Let's get this bad boy apart. Comes apart like a One Drop should. Perfection. Sean is a perfectionist, and everything Sean machines, at least that I ever had, has been perfection. This is no different. Just a phenomenal yo-yo. So, let's take a look here at where the Rev sits right now. As you can see, there's a nice step in there. It's all rounded over very, very nicely. The splash goes through the response. Look, you can see it through the response. I love that, by the way. Aesthetically, nobody touches One Drop, period. It's so good all the time, and everything looks so good all the time. Round over, it's nice, smooth play. That little round over step really helps, just that nice smooth feel off the string. You don't get any ping or anything like that. It's just smooth and straightforward and feels good. Came apart real nice. 7075 aluminum. It is clean machining. I mean, this is clean. The bearing also does not sit tight in the seat. Goes back together. Amazing. Nice and tight. Not going to strip. 7075 aluminum is very, very good for that. A great, everyday carry yo-yo, honestly. Cup is pretty simple. I would imagine the next couple of revisions may have some changes in the cup. That would sort of be where I think it would go. I would also hope they would close the gap just a little bit. 4.6 I feel like is good for one, but I think maybe I'd like to try it with a little tighter gap as well. So maybe the next one would be nice to have a little bit tight, but not that anything's wrong with the size of the gap. I'm more of a fan, especially with the flat bearing, of a little bit of a tighter gap. That's just me. I would imagine probably the cup will be, because the cup is very straightforward. You get a big chunky rim there, but it's 7075 aluminum, and then it's very thin through here. I imagine you'll get a little more center weight, maybe, a little bit less powerful, but this one is a powerhouse. I mean, honestly, the shape is great. It's very chill shape, almost, but this really has a ton of power. Not so floaty, but it is still kind of chill. It's not a super straightforward competition area, but you could definitely compete with this. This is definitely competition chops And if you wanted to throw like a centering bearing in there, it would definitely handle your horizontal play and everything like that. So, I mean, really kind of a just great, I think, successor, I'm going to say, to what One Drop did with the top deck way back in, 2015? Has it been that long? Or was this 2016? Leave me a comment below, remind me how long the top deck's been out. I guess I could look it up, but still. So let's do pros and cons. Pros! Beautiful. The One Drop Pyramid, it's great. It's that like stonewashed finish. The splashes look really good on this one. It really, really looks great. I really love the shape. I think the shape is gorgeous. It's wonderful. The Rev one. The price is good too. For a 100% machined in USA, made in Eugene, Oregon. Right there, made in Eugene, Oregon. They start at like 79 bucks, maybe even cheaper than that, actually. I think 79 is the... Yeah, they start at $59 for the solids, and they're $79 for splashes, which is insane. That's... I don't know how they make money on these things, because I don't know. I feel like it's because they own the machine shop. That's the only way. But yeah, $79 for a gorgeous splash, and $59 for solids. They don't get much better than that. That's super cheap, and this is about as premium as yo-yos get from Monometal. They don't get much more premium than this. This would be the best stocking stuffer, the best present under the Christmas tree for that yo-yo fan in your life. I love this yo-yo. This is phenomenal, and the fact that there'll be more of them, more revisions, etc., it'll be cool to sort of build a collection of them as well, to just kind of say, okay, here's where we started, here's where we ended up, what's my favorite? But I'm really loving this. This is great. Cons, there really aren't any. They're going to have revisions of it, and that's just cool. Like I said, I bet they'll end up doing a little more with the cup. It's a little basic in there, but I would imagine they'll change the weight around a little bit in the cup shape. In the cup there, they may play with the width of the gap a little bit as well. You know, just some overall shape tweakage would be cool too. But I really love these bell shapes, and this one feels phenomenal. I haven't really put it down since I got it. It showed up on Wednesday. I haven't really stopped playing with it because I love One Drop. I love this yo-yo. Links are in the description where you can get yours right now. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.